Claire.
I'm Audrey, and we're reading The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman.
When the day comes, we ask ourselves where we can find light in this never-ending shade. The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We brave the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms of notions of just what it is. It isn't always justice, and yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken but simply nothing.
We, the successors of a country in a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find himself decided for. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we aren't striving to form a union that's perfect. We're striving to forge a union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all the cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man.
So we lift our gaze, not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divided because we know that if we put our future first, we must put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to seek one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all.
Let the glow, if nothing else, say this is true, that even if we are as grieved, we grew. Even if we are as hurt, we hoped. Even if we are as tired, we tried. And that we'll forever be tied together victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but we will never again show division.
Scripture tells us that envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one should make them afraid. If we live up to our own time, then the victory won't lie in the blade, but in the bridges we made.
That is the promise to glade the hill we climb if only we dare it, because being American is more than the pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we prepare it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, that would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. In this effort, it very nearly succeeded, but while democracy can periodically be delayed, but can never be permanently defeated.
In this truth, in this faith, we trust while we have our eyes on the future. History has its eyes on us. This is the era of redemption and fear its conception. We do not feel prepared to be the heirs of such terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to then alter a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So once we have what we possibly prevail over the catastrophe, we now assist that catastrophe is possible to prevail over us.
We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that was bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burden. But one thing is certain: if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's right.
So let us leave a country better than the one we left. With every breath from our bronze pounding chest, we rise the wounded world into a wondrous one. We rise from the golden hills of west. We rise from the windswept northeast. With our forefathers first realizing revolution. We rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwest states. We rise from the sun-baked south. We rebuild, we conceal, and recover in every nook of our nation, in every corner of our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. The day will come when we step aside from the shade of flame, and unafraid, the new dawn blooms as we flee it. For those, it is always light if we're brave enough to see it, if we're brave enough